Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Inova Tax. Inova Tax up. Woo! Okay. Here they come.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Lionel, and I'm Burundian. I'm the initiator of Inova Tax App. In Burundi, all costs related to the granting of administrative documents, fines, and also taxes are collected by one state body, which is called the Burundian Revenue Authority, OBR. So last year, from September to November, I did an internship in the office, and I saw that for several days, there were many people queuing outside the office. So my team and I tried to understand why that. And after our investigations we conducted, we finally understood that it's too hard. It's too hard to get tax receipt or revenue receipt because all taxpayers must go physically to the office to get them. As a result, the payers waste a lot of time queuing at the office. They also waste time to travel to the office, but they also waste money to travel at the office. Our solution to this problem is the Inova Tax application. It is a mobile application which helps users to pay taxes using already a viable network for money transaction and get their tax receipts directly on their device when and where they could be. Then the users could save time because they no more need to go physically waiting in the office or travel to the office. But they also save money because the cost of one transaction is too less than the travel cost to the office. Indeed, we decided to charge only $0.05 per transaction. And to break even, we need 4.6 thousand transactions per month. To begin with this, we decided to focus in the first time on tax revenue. These are the costs related to granting of administrative documents and also about tax fines. So related to OBR data, we can expect over 4.8 million transactions per year. It means that an annual turnover of $360,000 expected for per year. So, from the national pitch events, we worked to find another teammate, a software developer. We also worked on the simulation of the prototype. And from June to November, we're going to develop and test the minimum value products so that by December we can launch the product. So everyone who can should support us by $1.5 thousand to cover the fees about development and the marketing of the software and also for auxiliary activities. But we also need mentorship to well manage our project. So Inova teams consist by 3 members. We all have skills in programming and database design. So that is Inova Tax application, a mobile application to help taxpayers to get easy their tax receipt. Thank you for your attention.
The main challenge or issue that you might be facing is compliance, right? From the citizens to ensure that they're tax compliant. How have you thought about engaging the government agencies, the Burundi Revenue Tax Authority? What are your plans to do that?
They plan to digitalize all tax transaction but it is not in these years. It's not in the near times. Now they are working on the facturation. Yeah.
No, I was asking, so is your receipt tied in with, for example, the Burundi Revenue Authority, yeah? The BRA? Yeah. Is your application linked to that? Because they would need that actual receipt from the government or the Revenue Authority saying they actually have paid their taxes. Or are you going to play the role of being a tax agent? Just explain more.
Not, the application should be implemented in the office so that it can issue authentic and printable receipt to directly to the user's devices.
If I may ask, yeah, your app is, it's like an infrastructure for payment, right?
It's not for payment, it's to issue receipt.
Receipt?
Yes, because for payment, there are already available services to pay by mobile transaction.
Okay, so you know, a receipt to be valid, it has to have some codes or whatever that from the authority, right? And how is that?
For the authentication of the receipt, we are going to use the QR code. And the application we are building has a services, an option of scan the QR code so that every user can scan each receipt and be sure that the receipt is authentic.
And the QR code is, do you generate the QR code or the authority generated the QR code?
Because the application is implemented to the office, we are going to generate it together.
Oh, so it's in the future, right?
We are developing, the application is not yet functional now.
Okay, but for your understanding, should the QR code come from you or from the authority?
The QR code comes from the application, yeah.
Do you generate it, and I mean, is it generated by you, your application, or by the authority?
By the application, not by the authority.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a sensitive, let's say, business and issue because it's like so much depends on the regulation. So have you talked to anyone in the government right now?
Yes.
What was the feedback?
The feedback, they agreed the solution, but they emphasize on their security.
Okay. So this is a website or an app that will have some, like a heavy traffic and sensitive information by everyone, every citizen trading in Burundi. How are you managing cyber security and like information security for the users?
Yeah. The main function of this application is to issue receipt.
Yes,
so,
but people put their names, they put their phone numbers, they put their emails, all of that, and it's a heavy information that can be
nowadays to pay taxes. There are the available mobile transaction they use. They can use, for example, Mikash. Then after you pay, you get an ID of the transaction. In our application, we don't need more information. We need only this ID and the agent of transaction, and also the email address on which we could send the receipt.
Like, who manages the servers?
The services is
the servers.
The servers.
The server, like the
where
like
you're hosting it.
Yeah. Like where the information comes.
Yeah, the information comes to our own database, but the office has the access, the entire access to our database, so they can control it every time.
Okay.